we do have quite a cool situation here as I'm trying to change the screen because we do have a quarterback carousel like we've never seen in the NFL before. All of these quarterbacks here could move to different teams.
Well, it was announced Russell Wilson, I think, is
Took
definitely.
everything off.
Yeah, he's
Took
moving.
everything Seahawks off his Instagram.
Which, I'll be honest with you, I would love to have Russell Wilson as the quarterback of the Packers. He's a Badger through and through, and I think he would do great in Green Bay. I don't know if his wife would move to Green Bay, but having Russell Wilson there would be great.
Hey, it's about Super Bowls, and we've talked about this trade several times. It does make sense where you could make a trade where it's Aaron Rodgers to Denver, draft picks go to Seattle, and Russell Wilson comes to Green Bay. It'd be the first 3-team trade in the history of the NFL, and it makes sense. It could work.
I just don't think Pete Carroll is going to sign on to it.
I don't either. I don't know how long Pete Carroll is going to be around.
He's well into his 60s now. He's done everything.
He has.
He's won in the NCAA. He's won in the NFL.
Right.
But he's also one of those guys, I think, that once he's done, he's got to find his next passion thing, or I don't see him relaxing and just playing golf in retirement.
I don't either. I don't know where he'll end up. I could see him back in college. That would make sense. I really thought he was going back to USC for a little bit there. But Russell Wilson, it sounds like, wants out. The philosophies aren't meshing anymore. Jimmy Garoppolo is 100% going to move.
Again, the first domino's got to fall.
Rodgers is the first domino. He's the first one to fall. Where is he going?
Once Rodgers makes his decision, and the rest is going to take place. If Rodgers stays in Green Bay, and that's what that's the assumption we're going to operate under.
Right.
I can see Garoppolo going to any of a number of places. I can see Russell Wilson in New Orleans.
I don't know if that fits. I don't see anybody in New Orleans. New Orleans is... I think I'm going to stick with Jameis. I really do. I didn't even think to include him on here. I think Jameis stays in New Orleans. I could see Garoppolo going to Tampa Bay. I could see Garoppolo in Washington. I could see him in Carolina. I think Sam Darnold stays in Carolina. I think they ride that one more time.
There's no way Garoppolo is going to go to Tampa Bay and follow Brady again. That's just not going to happen.
Probably not. Denver obviously is on the table for all of these quarterbacks.
Well, if Rodgers doesn't go to Denver, I think Garoppolo can go there. You brought up something interesting earlier today about Kyler Murray. Will he just go and play baseball and say he's done with football?
I think that's the idea right now. I mean, this guy was the 9th overall pick by the Oakland Athletics. Shortstop who played a lot of baseball in college and was obviously a very good player.
Very good,
9th overall. I don't know what his plans are. That's one thing I'm getting really tired of, though, with this quarterback carousel is these guys are on rookie contracts or just sign extensions. Deshaun Watson saying, I want out of here, rather than willing to stay and rebuild with a team that just paid him a $100 million contract. Kyler Murray, what are you doing? These guys literally traded their former first-round pick for you to take you first overall, has built a team around you, and you're removing everything that Arizona has from your social media. You're 2 years in the league.
I honestly think Murray has realized how hard he's going to get hit playing football, and his career is going to be very short. I don't know why. I don't know why that surprises him, and Deshaun Watson, is he ever going to play again?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
He'll probably come back at some point in some capacity, but he's about to be 2 years out of the league. I mean, there's a lot of smoke there.
There's a lot of smoke. And I want Lovie, I'll say this for the record, he was a Bears coach, but I want Lovie Smith to succeed. I want him to have an outstanding year and get a quarterback that can lead them to the promised land. Yep. Russell Wilson, maybe go to Houston. They've got so much money invested there.
They do. I love Lovie Smith. I loved him in Chicago. That rivalry was as tough as it could have been between the Packers and the Bears. I mean, I'm a big Lovie Smith fan. I thought in Tampa
he got screwed.
He definitely got screwed. He was doing really good things. I don't know what they were thinking. They wanted the offensive coordinator because they're afraid they're going to lose him, but I think Lovie Smith runs an amazing organization. I think he is a great coach and was an absolutely amazing hire for the Houston Texans.
It was the absolute right hire. He would have taken Tampa Bay to the Super Bowl with Tom Brady, just as Bruce Arians would have. He did a great job, or started to do a great job at University of Illinois.
Yep.
Then that got pulled out from under him.
Yeah.
I don't know
what the deal is.
I don't know, but I just feel bad for him because I think he is a class guy and he runs a class organization. So I am rooting for the Houston Texans this year.
I am too. I don't know what they're going to do quarterback because, again, if Deshaun Watson even comes back, he's going to have at least an 8-game suspension. Here's a question. What do you do with Carson Wentz? You just gave up a first-round draft pick this year for Carson Wentz. His ankles are pretty bad.
I say bye-bye.
It's a big cap hit. For releasing him. They took on all that contract.
Let's put it this way, and we always play this game. Carson Wentz, Russell Wilson. Carson Wentz,
take Russell Wilson off
Jimmy Garoppolo.
There's the question. There's a question. Because, I mean, Carson Wentz or Russell Wilson, you're talking a top 5 quarterback versus a guy who's maybe in the top 15. Jimmy Garoppolo and Carson Wentz, that is a very good, both injury prone.
Mm-hmm.
Both solid when they need to be, but both are also going to make mistakes that could cost you the game.
I think Garoppolo makes less of them. I was very impressed with him this season. He absolutely could have gotten them to the promised land. It was a good game. I don't think he was the reason they lost against the Rams. He's a good quarterback.
But Carson Wentz was an MVP, and then he got hurt, and then somebody else takes him to the Super Bowl. I mean, Carson Wentz's problem is not with his football abilities. It's all between the ears.
Yeah, but once this part becomes so in front of you and it overtakes your talent, you never get past it.
Right.
And it couldn't have been easy going into Philadelphia all the time, seeing somebody else's statue up there, which should have been yours.
Nope.
Go to Indianapolis, and you're going to be behind Andrew Luck. His shadow is still around that team. So I don't know. He's just never. He's that guy that should have been great, but always had the issue and never got over the top. I mean, let's face it. This year, they were good because of Jonathan Taylor.
Yes. I'm going to make a bold prediction here. I think except Jimmy Garoppolo, all these quarterbacks stay put. I don't think Rodgers goes anywhere. I think Teddy Bridgewater is going to be under center for Denver. I think Carson Wentz is going to get another run at Indianapolis. Russell Wilson won't be going anywhere. He's going to stay in Seattle. Kirk Cousins, he's got his extension. He's not going anywhere. Ryan Tannehill is going to stay in Tennessee, and Sam Darnold gets another shot in Carolina.
I will agree with that, except for one. Denver will get Russell Wilson if they don't get Aaron Rodgers.
I don't think he's going anywhere. I don't think Seattle's going to give him up. I really don't. I think Seattle would give up Pete Carroll before they gave up Russell Wilson. And I think those are the conversations that are happening.
I could see that happening, but I don't think Russell Wilson stays in Seattle. I think he's just more than Aaron Rodgers. I think Russell Wilson is just done in Seattle. So
it's fine, you can be done, but there's contracts, and Russell Wilson, Aaron Rodgers, those two have every right to say, "I'm out. I've given you everything." Both gave their organizations a Super Bowl. They've been around long enough. They're on extra contracts. The issue I have is people like Kyler Murray, who it's like, you're not even off your rookie contract yet. You can't be done with an organization.
He's a separate deal. And again, the question is he done with football? But the same thing applies in the Rodgers to Denver conversation as it does with Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson can go to Denver, and Seattle can get a ton of draft capital.
They can. Denver has 11 or 12 picks this year in the draft. They can definitely send a lot. I just don't. If you're going to build around a quarterback like that, can you give up all those draft? They're going to need 3 or 4 first rounders to get Russell Wilson.
Probably, and I think they will do it. I think Rodgers takes 3 first rounds and a couple second rounds to make the deal happen, if in fact it happens, and I hope it doesn't. Russell Wilson, at least 2 first rounds. Why he never gets considered as just as good as Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady, I don't know, because he's right up there as well. But I think it'll take 2 first rounds and additional second round draft picks.
I don't think he's going anywhere.
Okay.
I think Teddy Bridgewater is still going to be under center for the Denver Broncos unless they draft somebody and start him right away.
You heard it here first.
We'll see. Garoppolo, it's a matter where he's going to go. I could see Tampa Bay paying money for him. I could see Carolina being on there. But again, I think Sam Darnold's going to stay there.
Tampa Bay is.
End up. I could see Garoppolo in Denver, if anything.
Well, and talking about predictions, I can also see, and this has been out there, but Tom Brady coming out of retirement and going to San Francisco.
I think Tom Brady's done. I can't imagine him coming back.
The only way it happens is San Francisco.
I truly believe you're right on that. The only way it happens is in San Francisco.
Right.
But I just don't see it happening at all.
Well, we've got to get through this little period right now. Rodgers has to make his move, and then we've got the draft.
Right. But first domino to fall. Rodgers is the first domino to fall. Once everybody knows what's going on with him, that's when things are going to start to take off.
Absolutely. Hey, everyone. Hope you enjoyed that last clip. To see more clips and full episodes of Sports Talk with Dad, click right over here. And as you can tell, I have a lot of bobbleheads. I want to buy more. Help me out by hitting subscribe right up here.